Yo, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. Welcome back. Today is Wednesday, July 24th, 2019. If you don't know me, my name is Michael Young, and I am your host of this channel. I just wanted to keep it short and simple with you guys. I was just driving on my way back from my last client today. It's a beautiful life I live. I'm already off. It's not even noon yet. I've already made a living today. I can't express how much gratefulness I have to show for that right now. Moment of silence. Okay. So today, what I wanted to kind of touch on was, now just to give you a little backstory before I even get into that. So I do a lot of research, mostly through YouTube. I don't even like to call it research. I do a lot of just looking around, just listening to different people, different figures. Some of the people that I've listened to that have been an influence in my life is Abraham Hicks, Eckhart Tolle, Alan Watts, a recent one, and then the most recent who's really got me thinking, and I'm going to butcher his name, so please forgive me, U.G. Krishma, and I know he's a little bit more to the last part of his name, but anyways, so now when you listen to all these other people, and then there's more mainstream people, some of you guys may notice or may have listened to Tony Robbins. That's really the only mainstream guy I know. I don't know too many of them, but anyway, so a lot of these gurus, a lot of these teachers, mentors really teach us, to kind of seek and go within and almost to still your mind and kind of get, wrap your head around what you are trying to achieve, what you're trying to manifest. Now, a lot of you guys remember one thing that I did before in the past, which was a video on the 2-cup method. So, short and simple, Dina. Short and simple. My cat was just about to scratch the wall. I don't know why she does that. She does it when she needs something. But short and simple, staying on task. I feel like all of this stuff is just from somebody else's mind, somebody else's consciousness. Let's take, for example, if you look at units of measure, like an inch. What is it really an inch? I know that we have a textbook meaning, a definition on what an inch is or what a foot is, but is that really something that the natural law has put down in order, something that nature has put down for us, or is that just people that have established a certain set point for something like that? Things like the equator of the earth, things like how far the sun is. Do we really know these things, or is it just a few individuals that are gathering together? I don't even know if I'm going to post this. I feel like I'm just ranting on, but I might post it. I just have to let you guys know. But what I'm trying to get to is that who's to say what's right and what's wrong? And this U.G. Krishma, okay, I'm just going to call him U.G., they call him the black hole because he doesn't claim to be a guru. He doesn't claim to be a spiritual guide. He claims just to be himself. But a lot of people like to listen to him because he almost debunks all of this spiritual and all of these things that, especially now in the last couple of years, spirituality has blown up into this big fad now, and there's people that are getting paid for it. It's just another way of income. And what he likes to claim is, why are people even listening to me? I only know what's right for me, or at least that's what I think I know what's right for me. Why do people listen to you should eat an apple a day keeps the doctor away? Why do people listen to they should, have a vegan diet? What I'm basically getting at is I feel like we're all spoon-fed on what to do in life. And, for some reason, I go back to when I was younger. The younger I was, the more I didn't care about whatever anyone else was doing. And all I cared about was what I was doing. That's how all kids are. And I think that that's an essence in itself that we all kind of lose, just because when you start to grow up and when you start to get into a part of this game, is what I refer to it as. We'll get to that in a moment here. But as you start to grow up, you have to pay bills, you have to eat, you have to have gas, you need certain things. So you then have to be a part of this game. And when you're a part of this game, you have to make sure that you understand you're also a part of certain ethics and certain ways that you need to carry yourself in order to be good at this game. Now, I put all this, behind, as far as the context of who says what's right and what's wrong, is because if you look at this life and you try to make everything right and wrong by you, it's going to be a hell of a harder life to live. If you're trying to say that person over there shouldn't be doing that, I should be doing something better for myself, instead of just doing what nature does. And nature it's just there, right? Because we're all products of nature. We're all products of biology, right? We just happen to be a little bit more self-aware, or actually self-aware than pretty much these cats or anything out here in this world. So with this self-awareness now, a lot of people have used it in many good ways, in many ways that have only benefited themselves. So Yuji Kirshma basically says, don't listen to me, don't listen to anyone else, and do your own thing. Just do you. And although there are some things that confuse me, that he says that there is no God, there is no this, and there is no that, there is nothing, we're just biology, we're just here to be, and that's it, and the world uses us as a living organism. Another interesting fact he said that is when we take a shower, we're washing all of these organisms and killing all these organisms off of our body that need our natural odor, our natural musk. We're killing them off, which is just interesting. But basically he's saying, do your thing. That's what I'm getting. And even when I start to depict some of what these gurus are telling me, the Joe Dispenzas, the scientists, the Bruce Liptons, a lot of these guys are telling us to use our minds as a tool to create whatever we want. And where I believe that is true, Medina, don't walk in front of the camera. Whether or not I believe that's true, that's up to me. But as far as, I guess, what I wanted to share with you guys ultimately right now is that for myself, it's the only way I'm going to speak for, only person I'm going to speak for. Anything you want is yours. You just have to play the game to get it. This game starts mentally, right? Obviously, you think before you act, no matter what you're doing, unless, I don't know, there's a weird circumstance, which most of the time there isn't. This is a game that we live in. It's a simulated game. And the reason why I know this is because the way that we have founded America, the way that, there have been other countries founded. America was overthrown, right? There was Native Americans living here before, and they have been overthrown by European discoverers, and pretty much killed off, right? So when you kind of put that into context, which I think a lot of people don't really think about, they don't really look at that fact. That's crazy, that's inhumane, right? But yet we still do what we do today, go to Starbucks, still buy cars, still do whatever, like everything's fine. But way back day one, and still happens to this day in many different ways, like people just getting kicked out of their houses, the bank foreclosing, tenants, whatever. You can already tell that there's a glitch in this society that we live in, because if we are supposed to, love your neighbor like your family, or if we're supposed to, love and respect everything, but the way that we have found it and we continue to run this country is not by what they are preaching to us, that gives me a red flag. So now it looks like to me that we're playing in a game. This is a game. This is a game of play by the rules and you'll get to where you want to be. Now, as far as you could take this game to luxurious as in owning a beautiful house, 10 bedrooms, 5 cars, Ferraris, Lamborghinis, a jet, a freaking swimming pool, whatever you want, right? You can have whatever you want. But this is the quick catch, and this is what really sparked an interest for me to make this video. Do you really want those cars? Do you really want to bench press 500 pounds? Do you really, really, truly want to buy a house in your dream location? Is that really something you want to do? Or is that something that has been brought upon you from others, from platforms, right? You see, now we live in a world that could get pretty sticky with this social media and all of this internet action that we have today. A lot of people are showing what they do and how they do it, and trying nowadays to tell us that we need to do it because they think that we want to have nice cars. And yeah, from here, driving that red Ferrari looks kind of cool. But just like with anything, I know that once I have it, I'm going to want something else. I'm going to want more. I'm going to want the red Lamborghini. Then I'm going to want the red Bugatti. It never, ever stops. Sorry to shake the camera. It never stops. You always want more and more and more and more and more. This is a game, man. Don't get caught up in the materials. It's all about what you're doing in the moment and the journey you're on in order for you to be fulfilled in life. It's not about the destination. You've heard this before. It's about the journey. And the way that you want to do this journey is all on you. You can only take so much from these different people like Abraham Hicks, Tony Robbins, Ty Lopez, if you guys follow him. You can only take so much from these guys and apply it to yourself. Truly, your true power comes from within, listening to yourself and believing in whatever you want to believe in, whatever you like. For me, it's skateboarding, it's video games, it's working out is dulling now just because I've done it way too much and I've looked at it as a thing that I needed to do in order to get this body. Who needs to have a six-pack? What is that going to do for me health-wise? Is that going to let me live longer? No, it's actually going to kill me even more because there's research out there that the way that we work out and train is not natural. If I ever need a way of placement, a way of gauging if I'm doing what I think is what I really want to do or not, I just look at nature. I look at how nature acts, I look at what nature does, I look at how animals interact with each other. And you could see that they don't have goals, they don't have dreams, they don't drive cars, they don't have houses, but they're very, very happy with what they do. Birds, look at monkeys, look at cats, look at any animal out there. It seems like they enjoy life, and it's almost like the less they have, the more they're able to enjoy life, the more that they're able to see what life gives them. Now, I don't know what I'm saying right now. I mean, I do, but I don't know how you guys are going to take this because this was just totally off the top. If I had to conclude it anyway, basically all I want to say is that whatever anyone's telling you and trying to apply to you is bullshit. And if they're trying to apply something to you, like religion or a way of life or anything, your favorite flavor of ice cream, then the chances are that they're doing it for their own pleasure. Why would you need someone to believe what you need to believe? That means that you probably are not believing in what you believe totally 100%. So you need others to believe in it to make it even more real. Do your own thing. The two cup method thing that I did it because I saw somebody else do it. I was already on a spiritual path. What the hell is a spiritual path? Really. I know that sounds crazy. You're like, wow, Mike used to be. What is a spiritual? Aren't we all on spiritual paths regardless if we acknowledge that or not? Why do they say that you be thoughtless and you're going to have ultimate power? I'm pretty sure if I didn't have any thoughts, I wouldn't be even alive. See, thoughts is something that you can't help. That's something that we're born with. It's unnatural to condition yourself to meditate. We don't do that. We don't. What kind of animals out there are meditating, trying to connect, trying to feel alive? You are alive. You don't need to feel alive. You're alive. You don't need to feel more alive. You don't need to feel more free. That's a choice. Feeling alive and feeling free is a choice and is an action, a way of life that's going on right now. And even if you think you're not free and you're not alive, you are. Because you're listening to me right now, you're breathing. Spirituality is something that we all have, whether we want to acknowledge it or not. And I believe, and this is Yuji, and he brought these, and these are only statements that really had me thinking. And if I'm trying to become more spiritual, doesn't that mean in terms of the law of attraction, I'm pushing it away more? I'm going off the spiritual book, right? If I'm trying to become more spiritual, okay? By me trying to become more spiritual and meditate and do these things so I can get my vibration risen, right? If I'm trying to do these, if I'm doing these things, isn't by law of attraction it right that I'm pushing it away because I'm trying to attain it, right? If I'm trying to meditate because I'm trying to attain a still mind, isn't according to a law of attraction I'm pushing it away because I'm trying to attain it at the same time, right? So when you think of things like that, you start to go, man, those guys got me. Those guys got me. Now, I'm not discerning that sometimes you need to take steps in order to get to where you want to be, and that might have been the right step for me in the past. But now, as I come across different knowledge, and as far as I have came across in this world, yesterday's different than today. Now, every day is going to be a little bit different, right? Now I start to realize, at least for myself, and I start to resonate with, that's all a bunch of mumbo jumbo. They want people to buy their books and buy their audio stuff. It's just like sales. It's just like selling a product, right? It's just like me personal training, which nowadays I feel like that's a gimmick. And I'm like, man, I really want to reshape what I'm doing, and instead of being a personal trainer, I want to be something else, a friend, somebody that cares about you and helps you move or do whatever you want to do. But man, that I gotta say it again, that's spiritual. Wanting to become more spiritual in accordance with the law of attraction means that I'm pushing away being more spiritual because I'm seeking out to be more spiritual. It's like me wanting to have more money and doing all this work to have more money. In definition of the law of attraction, I'm pushing away the money because I'm doing more for it. Is that right? Don't sleep on yourself, guys. We are all born gods. We're all born. God's is just an example. Not true, whatever you want to call God. Everyone's God definition is better. I contradict myself a lot, but it's good just because at least I don't know. I feel like it's good though. So just do your own thing, man, and believe in you. That's it. Anybody else looking at you crazy, good, they don't understand, and that's fine. Sometimes we don't understand, but just do you. If you like something, go with it. If you don't, let go with it. That's it. I might post this video, I might not. If I do, you better like it, you better comment, subscribe to the channel. I got a couple ideas, got a couple videos that are actually coming up. Some of them you guys are really gonna like. I was gonna hint, I won't hint. I will hint. It has to do with food. So anyways, guys, I appreciate you watching, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Peace!